So if this doesn't show up the way you expect it, press this little button in the upper right-hand corner, and that will show you the saved shows. And we have one here saved called Senior Reset. If you click that and press recall, it will recall the snapshot, which means it will bring this back up. Now don't ever save this over, because this is our base one. And you'll see it has all of the microphones that we're using.
Right.
We're looking at getting another kind of a lav mic that will make it easier for you to have something over your ear that will be usable. So that's the next thing we're going to buy, because I know that there's some complaints.
Headset?
It's not like a headset like these headsets that we have. It's the kind that loops over your ear. That just is a single, might be a little lighter.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
Takes care of the big head problem.
So these are the, let's just pull out a microphone to give you an example. I'm going to take the green one because it's on the microphones are linked with the color on here to go with the color on here on the panel, so you can see which mic you're talking about. You should make sure you have a green light. If it isn't a green light, there are some spare batteries here that you could
turn it off when you're not using it.
Yes, when you're not using it, you turn it off. I just turned the button on, and that's when the green light came on. And once you start to do that, then I can, once I start to do this, I should be able to see some deflection of the panel. I'm having a problem getting any audio here, so I'm going to pull this mixing board out, and then I'm going to put it back in. It just slides in there. It's an iPad. It just slides right back in there. And when it does that, you'll see that it will resynchronize the current state. And then that's making the connection again. So I should be able to, I can see that it's now here, right? And so I can then get the microphone to come all the way through the system.
Okay, and it's this top button here.
This is the mixer. One will go with left, right here, the one button there.
Okay,
Oops.
now.
What did I do there? So I went to masters. That's not what I wanted, so I went back to mix. And again, if you ever need to reset, you can always go to shows and pick Senior Reset and recall. And then it should reload the system that you want, the regular program. So if it's up here, it should be up here, and then you'll see it deflect here and about.
And here is what? What is that?
Okay, this is the master. So we have each of the inputs, and then on the right it says main. So this is the last
So that's
stop.
all the sounds
So I
blended
can turn,
together.
right, so if you want to turn off everything, you can either lower this all the way to 0, or you can just hit mute and then
Now,
you.
is it recommended to turn that all the way down? Because when we've got it out, that has often been all the way down, and we didn't figure out at first.
So what I generally do when I'm done at the end of the day is I just take all my pots and put them down so that there isn't any way that if I turn on this, it will pop a sound. So yes, what I generally do is I try to, at the end of each show, put all these mixing pots down to 0, and then turn all of these up here down to 0. Then I know that if I turn on a microphone, it's not going to go blaring out of the speaker. Then I can turn it back on again, putting it up here, and then putting it up here, and it should come out the speaker. Oops. It should. Ha-ha. Senior reset, reset, recall, test, test, test.
But we don't know why.
I don't know why it lost that signal, but what I did when I got confused is I just went back and reset the original program. But we can leave this up if you want, but we want to make sure that we turn the rest of them down when we're done.
Okay.
So we don't end up with any pops when we turn it on.
Yeah, a couple of times. We've forgotten about that.
Yeah, so this is a combination of all the other setups. And there are lots of choices here, and mostly we use 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then if you're putting in a sound, like for example, we're talking about using the sound for the DVD. This is stereo input in the back here, which is on 15 and 16, which are the last two up here. And they come in right here. They're the left and right. And they end in a mini plug that we can then, so to control those, you're gonna have to swing this mixer all the way over to 15 and 16 where you see the little picture of an iPod or a iPhone. And that's where you can turn up this is a mixture of 15 and 16. So we'll turn these up.
So, yeah, I'm not sure that's what we'd want to do, though. Does this have HDMI input?
No, it has two kinds of inputs. It has a microphone, like a phono plug input, like this.
Yeah.
And it has the three-pronged inputs like that.
Yeah.
Those are the kind
So
of.
we're gonna have to check and see what we can do with the player, because
Okay.
I've never used it with pin plug.
Okay, we'll see what the output is.
Okay. So on the projector, we have audio out going to the mixer, plugging HDMI cable in to the projector and into the DVD player.
HDMI out.
Okay. Power, of course.
This is the power for the power strip.
Yeah.
And this is already plugged into the power strip, so in theory, we got power there.
Okay, and I brought along a disc just to test with. You push down in the center with your thumb.
Then it lifts up.
Usually lifts it. Some of them are tighter than others.
There we go. Oh, don't look at that.
Well, landed the label side down, that's good.
Okay.
And we need to turn power on here. Or is that, there, here we are, power there, yeah. Creaky startup.
Okay, it's playing the video.
So the video's fine. Now we need to, where's the remote? All right.
Okay, what we did was, after we had this engaged, that's when we plugged this in.
Okay, so
And this is a mini plug, and it's a little button here that says green audio out. So I'm plugged into that. And then it should show up
and
here
that's the audio from the DVD player.
through there's an HDMI connection from the DVD player
Oh, yeah.
to the screen.
Right, right.
Then the projector out takes the sound from the projector
HDMI,
to the mixer.
the audio. Right.
Okay?
Okay.
And then in theory, we should be able to hear. So it's these two, 15 and 16, as it says here, are the right and left channels, the left and right channels. So you need to turn them both up to I had them at about 12 o'clock. Then we hear the lovely music.
Right. Okay, so it's gonna work. Turning things on.
Okay, we're done with the program, right? So I turn off the pots here. So there's no sound here. I turn off the pot on the mixing board. So everything is down. Then I start from the back and I work
Now
my way.
you're leaving this,
I'm leaving this machine, I'm going back to
leaving this one up though.
yeah, because we decided we'd do that.
Yeah.
Then I go to the speaker and I turn the speakers down. Once the speaker is down and there's no sound coming to it, then I can turn the power off. Then once this is off, then I can turn the mixer off. Then after I turn the mixer off, I turn the main power off. And now I'm ready to put the equipment away.